Within a few weeks of arriving in the country, men from Charlie Company had already begun systematically mistreating their prisoners. There were reports of random killings and rapes. One GI took this snapshot of an interrogation involving torture. In mid-February, Lieutenant Calley, leader of the 1st Platoon, threw an old man down a well and shot him. No disciplinary action was taken.
When I saw American soldiers committing acts that would be called atrocities if somebody else had done them, I began to think that maybe I was wrong. Maybe I had been just too naive all my life, that this was the way things really were. I tried not to think like that. I tried to keep my own values together, but it wasn't easy. Little by little, I began to see that this group of men was getting out of control.
On the 15th of March, plans were drawn up for an attack on My Lai, believed by intelligence to be the HQ of a Viet Cong battalion. Charlie Company was to mount the main attack, and fierce battle was anticipated. Colonel Aran Henderson, brigade commander, expressed irritation at past failures to close with the enemy and demanded more aggression. Lieutenant Colonel Frank Barker drew up detailed plans, and his orders were passed on to Charlie Company by their CO, Captain Ernest Medina. No one in the chain of command has ever accepted responsibility for what happened, but Charlie Company had little doubt about what they had to do.
The understanding or the order that was given was to kill everybody in the village. Someone asked if that meant the women and children, and the order was everyone in the village, because those people that were in the village, the women, the kids, the old men, were VC, and they were Viet Cong themselves, or they were sympathetic to the Viet Cong. They were not sympathetic to the South Vietnamese army, and they weren't sympathetic to the Americans. They weren't giving us any assistance. They weren't helping us in the war effort whatsoever.
So it was quite clear that no one was to be spared?
It was quite clear that no one was to be spared in that village.
My understanding was we were going in, we were going to get into one hell of a fight, and we were going to kick some ass when we got done. And there wasn't going to be anybody left. It didn't turn out that way.
News film of a helicopter assault, one of thousands conducted by the Americans during the Vietnam War. The attack on My Lai started in the same way, just after 7 o'clock in the morning. It was a Saturday. According to intelligence, all civilians would have gone to market. Anyone still in the village would be Viet Cong. But intelligence was wrong. As the troops embarked, 12 minutes flying time away, many villagers were still finishing breakfast. At 7:22, the first helicopters left for My Lai. The first helicopters appeared over My Lai at 7:35 a.m. There was no hostile fire. Within 20 minutes, all 120 men and 5 officers of Charlie Company were landed. There was no opposition.
Buổi sáng chuẩn bị đi ra đồng rồi, tà ba tập thang nó đánh, nó quằn, nó thả một quả khói, rồi phố bán đánh, đồng bào không biết chạy đâu, bán một số, còn một số nó dẫn đi tập trung, như tôi đây nó dẫn đi tập trung, rồi nó dẫn đi đến mương cây, dẫn đến mương cây, nó bị ngồi xuống, ngồi. Nó biết đứng lại dậy, đứng lên, tưởng đâu là nó đứng, nó cho về, cuối cùng đứng lên, nó xô xuống mương cây, nó bám đồng bào ta cháy hết. Rồi vừa sang lúc đó mẹ con tôi thì chung núp nằm với mấy người cháy kia, cháy trước ngã chặn tôi.
I was 19 when I went to Vietnam. I was a rifleman specialist, 4th class. I was trained to kill, but the reality of killing someone is different from training and pulling the trigger. You know.
So you knew when you went into the village that if you found women, old men, children, anything that was living, you knew that you were going to have to kill them that day?
From women and children to dogs and cats, yes. Yes.
So,
but I didn't know it, that I was going to do that. I knew the women and children was there, but for me to say that I was going to kill them, I didn't know I was going to do that until it happened. I didn't know I was going to kill anyone. I didn't want to kill anyone. I wasn't raised up to kill. You know. Now, she was running with her back from a tree line, but she was carrying something. I didn't know if it was a weapon or what, but it was a woman. You know, I knew it was a woman. I didn't want to shoot a woman, you know, but I was given an order to shoot. So I'm thinking that she had a weapon running, so when I shot and I turned over, it was a baby. You know, shot about 4 times, 3 or 4 times. And the bullet just went through and shot the baby too, you know. And I turned over and I saw the baby face was half gone. You know? And I just blinked. I just went. You know. The training came to me, the programming to kill. And I just started killing.
What do you mean you just started killing? Did you go looking for people to kill or what?
You didn't have to look. They was there. They was trying to get away. But they was just there. It wasn't hard to kill. It wasn't hard to find anyone to kill.